Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick of CoasterFanatics, and today I'm going to share with you my list of future roller coasters coming to Cedar Point. Keep in mind, none of these have been confirmed. They are just ones that I think Cedar Point needs to build. That being said, there isn't much that Cedar Point doesn't have. These coasters are in no particular order except for the first one, which is all but confirmed, and that's RMC Meanstreak. This conversion to an RMC hybrid has been long overdue. And as some of you already know, it is going to happen. Cedar Point just hasn't announced it yet. It is a well-known fact that Rocky Mountain Construction is at the park right now working on the Meanstreak. The facts are there. The cranes were spotted on site, and the track was spotted laying on the ground. And now there is track actually installed on the ride. I've covered several videos on it now, and the only confirmation we have so far is that the track is like a maroon color. We know nothing about the layout or even if it has inversions at this point. The main question that's on all of our minds is, will it happen for 2017 or 2018? I am still leaning for 2017, but if we don't get an announcement by the end of the year, I think it will be 2018 at that point. 2020 will be a huge year for Cedar Point. In fact, it will be the park's 150th anniversary. They will almost definitely be building a new roller coaster for that year. I have 3 options on what they may build, 2 in which I think will for sure be built at some point. The first is my personal favorite choice, and that's a B&M flying coaster. A flyer has been rumored at Cedar Point for nearly a decade now, and I think 2020 it will finally come to life. This thing will most likely break all flying coaster records. I wouldn't be surprised if they found a way to make it go over water, whether it was a man-made pond or even if it actually went over Lake Erie. This is a good possibility because there has also been rumors of a boardwalk being built into Lake Erie. I see 3 possible locations for a flying coaster. The first involves removing the corkscrew. This would be awesome because you would fly right over the midway. The second involves removing Iron Dragon. If you think about it, it's a perfect spot. It's actually right over water already. The third involves the boardwalk theory that I mentioned. The question is, where would they build something like that? I'm thinking someplace by Windseeker or possibly farther down by the water park and Magnum. This theory is obviously very far-fetched and very expensive, but it is just an idea that I think would be pretty cool. The second possible roller coaster for 2020 will be a GCI, and if it doesn't happen then, I say it will definitely happen for sure for their next roller coaster, maybe 2021 or 22. With Rocky Mountain Construction turning Meanstreak into a hybrid, this new GCI will be very needed because Bluestreak will be the only true wood coaster at the park. I am a huge fan of GCI, and I'm really looking forward to the Kings Island Mystic Timbers. When Cedar Point does decide to build one, I think it will be something special. It may even break some records. I believe this coaster will be built somewhere in Frontier Town. There is a huge amount of space where Shoot the Rapids used to be. They could even go one step further and tear down the Cedar Creek Mine Ride for even more space. If they wanted, they could easily take it over Frontier Trail near Millennium Force's drop and first turn. There is a ton of space over there. The sky is the limit on this coaster. The only question is, when will it happen? I personally think it will be after 2020 because they are doing RMC Meanstreak for 2017 or 2018. I don't see them building 2 wooden roller coasters in a row. The third and final possibility for 2020, which is unlikely at this point because it's made by Intamin, is a polar coaster. Cedar Point broke records in the past for being the first to build full-circuit roller coasters at 200, 300, and 400 feet. I believe they will also go for 500 as well. However, the very first polar coaster is set to be built in Orlando at over 500 feet. So Cedar Point may not get this record, but I do believe they will get a polar coaster at some point. It really all depends on if they can fix their relationship with Intamin. As far as a location, I would tear down the power tower and place the polar coaster right in its place. The polar coaster has many uses as a roller coaster, an observation deck, and a drop tower to replace the old power tower. Cedar Point already has the best collection of Intamin roller coasters on the planet, and it can be even better with a polar coaster. Will it happen? Time will tell. My next coaster is an Intamin Zack Spin, as seen at IAAPA this year. Six Flags has been installing SNS 4D free spins at nearly every park. I do believe Cedar Fair will get into the free spins as well, but I think they will go with the Intamin version. The Zac spin is just better than all the S&S versions. It should be much smoother and quieter, and what's nice about these is that they don't take up that much space. One of these will fit in great at Cedar Point, but once again, it's all contingent on if they can find a way to work with Intamin again. At this point, Cedar Point has nearly every possible roller coaster we can imagine, but the last thing I'd like to see is an upgrade to their hyper coaster. You guys can beat me up in the comment section if you'd like, but I'd love to see Magnum XL200 removed and replaced by a B&M or an Intamin hyper coaster. After seeing the hyper coaster coming to Energylandia, what park wouldn't want that roller coaster? It just looks amazing, and I'm really hoping that some American parks decide to invest in the Intamin hyper coaster. The only way Cedar Point would do this is by removing Magnum. Will this ever happen? I highly doubt it, but it would be a huge upgrade for Cedar Point. That being said, I wouldn't want Magnum to be demolished, just maybe relocated to another park, maybe Michigan's Adventure. The people of Michigan would love to have this classic coaster. That completes my list of future roller coasters potentially coming to Cedar Point. Of the 6 I mentioned, I believe 3 will happen for sure, and that's RMC Meanstreak, the GCI, and the B&M Flyer. Make sure you guys tell me what you think about these coasters. Do you see any of them eventually coming to Cedar Point? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button. Do leave your thoughts in the comment section, and if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, you guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you on the next video very, very soon.